We're at Friday. I hope you've had an amazing week, and thank you very much for joining me on these live streams. Sending you appreciation, sending you gratitude, because at the end of the day, I do really appreciate you, and I hope you take something away from day to day, and I hope you've taken something away from previous live streams and done something with it, because at the end of the day, most people are that addicted to their current situation or their past that they think it's normal, and even when they hear something or learn something new, they're that addicted to themselves, to being themselves, that it goes in one ear and out the other, and then they do nothing with it. And that's not what I want. I want this to touch your heart. I want this to go inside and shake you, so you go and do something different. Okay? Because at the end of the day, like, we get so stuck in our habitual ways of being, our habitual ways of thinking, our habitual ways of feeling, doing, whatever it is you're doing. We just get stuck in habits, right? And it's scientifically proven that it's just your body takes over. Like, you're literally subconsciously, you just take over, you learn things. And whatever you're learning is benefiting you or it's not benefiting you, either way, it doesn't matter. The subconscious doesn't know, it just knows what it's learned, right? So if you want to change, you're going to have to go through what I call initial struggle. Because initial struggle just basically means, in scientific terms, that your body is fighting you. Because you're addicted to chemicals going off in your body. Your cells are actually literally addicted to feeling the way you felt all your life, right? So the big point I want to get across is you're addicted to your current normal. You're addicted to your current comfort zone. You're addicted to your current familiar zone, shall we call it, because it's a familiar feeling. And when you go out of that familiar feeling, it feels uncomfortable, right? It feels like it's not normal. And this is the big point I want to get across too, is most people are actually unaware of any pain they're in because of this. Because they think it's normal, because they think that that's just how life is, because they think that that's just how I should run my business, because that's all you've learned is trading your time for money, and that's all you've learned is just working nuts hours and not actually thinking about the things that matter most to you. Because if you actually just sat down and reflected, because most people need a trigger. Before I talk about reflection, most people need a trigger to go, shit, like, I'm not happy. And that might be you go and experience something, and then you're like, wow, I want more of that. Like, wow, I didn't realise that I was stuck in that place. Or you have like a car crash like I did, or something happens, like you get in a new relationship and you're like, whoa, this new lease of life comes through you, right? Or you have kids. Something like that, like a trigger, something like relationship, kids, near-death experience. You go somewhere, you experience something new, and you're just like, whoa, I want more of that. That's what usually helps people change, by like a shift in environment somehow. Whether it's a new person coming in, a new person coming into the world, a shift in environment inside you because you've just about killed yourself, like I did, or you've just experienced something new and it triggers you to then go and change. But you don't need to wait on that point. You don't need to wait on a point like that. You don't need to drive your car at 86 miles an hour and just about kill yourself like I just did in 2011. You don't need to do that to change, right? Trust me, you don't. You don't want to do it because it's not very safe, and you don't want to take the gamble with life. Okay, so reflection's enough to change. That's what I put in the title. Reflection is enough to change, by sitting down and reflecting and actually asking yourself what matters most to me. Because right now, you're probably stuck in a vicious cycle you don't even realise you're stuck in. And then your ego mind cut will come in when you hear stuff like this, and it'll just bat it off. I'm all good, everything's fine, like I'm great, everything's perfect. And you just buy into the body feeding you that, because the body doesn't want to change. You've got to consciously take control and change. Otherwise, no one's going to save you. And at the end of the day, time is always ticking. And, like, in my eyes, like, there's no, like, we're so fixated on this end destination, right? We're so fixated on an end destination. When I get to 65, when I do this, when I get there, when this happens, I will enjoy this, or I will do this. When I retire, this will happen and this will happen. I'll live my life, I'll do this. And we think there's some kind of end. We think there's some kind of a destination. And I think that that's just a complete limited mindset. There's no destination. The time's now. Like, why would you wait till something happened till you start having fun? Why would you wait till something happened till you do what you want to do? When really the point of life is to enjoy it now. Not when you get to X, or when X happens, or when this happens, or when this happens. Because at the end of the day, like, we live on planet Earth. Planet Earth that orbits around the sun. Planet Earth that orbits around the sun, that if it had moved this way more, away from the sun, we would have frozen. Or if it moved this way, closer to the sun, we would not be living because we would not be in the right environment, be too hot. The fucking planet would burn. Right? And we live on that planet. How cool is that? Right? And we live in the universe, which is never ending. Like, you've seen how big that is. All you need to do is go onto these pages on Facebook and look at some of the videos there that just change your perception of how small and tiny we are. And you're waiting for a destination. There's no destination. There's no end. Like, look at how far things just go on for. And we're a part of that. And when you wake up to that and realise the time's now. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Just do something now. What do you want? Like, what matters most to you? What really matters most to you? Like, it doesn't have to be like it is now. And you might be really unaware. You might not even realise that you don't want to do this until you sit and reflect. Sit and reflect. Reassess everything. Just do it, because you never know. It might be a gift. This video, if you're watching it, is not a coincidence. And I believe that from the bottom of my heart. So, what matters most to you? What do you really want? Sit down. And then once you actually become aware of what you truly want, how you truly want to be living, what you truly want to be doing, take a look around and observe your current way of thinking. Observe how you're feeling. Observe your actions. And you tell me if there's not a huge gap between where you are and what actually matters most to you. Tell me, because I can guarantee that there's going to be a gap. And that's the first step, is you to realise that there's a gap, because you might not even realise there's a gap right now. And you're sitting there unaware, just floating through life like a zombie. And that is not what life's meant to be. Conscious coach. You want to be able to see more. You want to be able to see more. You want to be able to understand more. You want to live now. And living now is different for every single person, and that's why it's good to sit and not look at anyone out there on Facebook, not look at anyone else, and sit down and reflect yourself. What do I want? Because you know what, like, it might be like just working from home. Who knows? It might be you want to go travelling. It might be that you just want to walk your dog 5 times a day. It might be that you just want to be home with your kids, if you've got kids, or with your partner, if you've got a partner. Like, I don't know what that is, right? But most people, and this is what I get, this is the feedback I get, so I'm just giving you the feedback I get, and I'm just talking from my experience too. Most people come to a point, most coaches come to a point where they realise that the old way of doing things is not serving them or their life or what they actually truly want or what matters most to them. They might have something good going on. Yeah, of course, they might have something good going on. They love what they do, like, of course. But I usually find that people saying I love what I do, but like putting themselves through hell is just an excuse to keep doing it. right? It's a validation, it's a story to keep you doing what you're doing, when you could literally realise that it's okay that you love what you do and you can do that a different way, in a way that actually serves you as well. Because, back to the point I was getting across there, most people come to this point where they realise that they're worth more, they realise that their time is valuable, they realise that their time is the most valuable resource, they realise that they're sick of the long days, they're sick of exhaustion, burning out, they're sick of putting their clients before themselves, they're sick of putting everything, not just their clients, but everything before themselves. Like, at the end of the day, when I get up, for the first 2 hours of the day, I'm not doing this stuff. Like, I'm an early riser. I love getting up early. If I wasn't an early riser, I wouldn't get up early. Or if I want to sleep in, I sleep in. I don't have to be anywhere, right? So when I get up, the first 2 hours of the day is for me and getting me in the right energy. Like, literally just sitting and being me. There's nothing better just getting up with no pressure, no, like, anything. Like, you just get up and do what you want. That's in line with the way you want to live your life. Okay, and that's going to be different for every single person, sorry. Okay, so, just because what you're doing now might seem normal, doesn't mean that it is normal. And I want this video to inspire you to question the assumptions you're making. What assumptions are you making? Are you saying to yourself, because I know for a fact, because I do this work every single morning when I lay out where I'm going, I know what my biggest desire is, I know where I am now, I know exactly how I'm feeling, I know exactly what I believe, and I do it the same. Then I know what steps I'm taking, so I know what step 1 is, what step 2 is to get me there. I also reflect back to where I was, and I start to ask myself, how was I feeling? What was I believing? And I used to believe that this is just how life is. This is just how life is. This is just the way it is. I used to believe that. This is just the way it is, and that was an assumption that I made. This is just the way it is. Okay, so if you're making that assumption, I'm going to challenge you right now to challenge that assumption, because it's absolute horseshit. It's not true. It's not true at all. Okay, far from it. So what you truly need is you need to surround yourself with new people. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to surround yourself with the same people you're around, guess what? Nothing's going to change. Yeah? You got to clear out your junk in your trunk. You got a lot of junk in the trunk, and you've got to actually recognise you've got a lot of junk in the trunk, and you've got to realise that it's a never-ending process of clearing junk out the trunk. Because when you always want to grow and move to the next level, you're always going to have to clear junk that served you at this level. Simple as that. You need to get connected to a why. Why? What matters most to you? Why? Why do you want to get up in the morning? Why? What do you want to be doing? Why are you here? Right? Get connected to your why. You need a new vehicle. A new vehicle, what I mean by that is like a new model that creates leverage for you. At the end of the day, if you desire online coaching, I can help. Right? You need a deep connection with who you're working with, because most people are just not connected to what they're doing. There's no meaning behind it. Yeah, they love what they do, but there's no real connection or meaning there. It's just like, yeah, just get clients. It's not what you want, right? You need new strategies to help you create momentum with actually making this new vehicle work. So whatever that is for you, like it might be online coaching, then you need new strategies to make this work and to fill that new vehicle up, right? And then last but not least, and the most important, you need new habits. New habits, and to be honest, some accountability, right? Some accountability, because when you get held accountable, things change for you, right? So the question I've got for you that I'm going to leave you with is, what's scarier? Not doing anything, getting to the end of your life and saying to yourself, damn, I wish I'd done something different. Should have listened to myself. I should have questioned that assumption. Damn, I wish. Is that scarier, or taking a leap of faith and doing something different now? What's scarier if you actually look at it from that perception? The first one fucking makes my skin crawl. Like, that gives me anxiety when I think about that, man. So what's scarier for you? And only you can choose, and whatever you choose, respect your decision. But I want this video to inspire you into action and realise that you might just be on your normal operating from your addictions. You're addicted to your norm. I want you to challenge that norm, and I want you to get super clear on what matters most to you. Observe your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and realise there's a gap from where you want to be, what matters most, and where you are now. There's going to be something. It doesn't matter how big or how small the gap is, there's going to be a gap. Otherwise, you'd already be there. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And yeah, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate your time, appreciate your energy, and I hope you have an absolute amazing Friday. Again, I'm just going to give you a link. If you want to join my Facebook group, the Online Coaches Network for Purpose-Driven Coaches and Entrepreneurs, I'd absolutely love to have you in there. Like, if you're a coach that is looking to go down the online route and you're looking for support, you're looking for a community and environment, this is for you. And I'd love to see you in there. Not only just see you in there, but I'd love to see you interacting in there, asking questions in there, and making the most out of the group. Bam, bam, bam. Hey, hey. Right, let me just put this in the comments. Join here. Oh, can't spell. And also, I put up a post last night, actually. I'm going to be doing this anyway, but I'm running like a sort of bootcamp style bonus training in my group, my coaching group. And it's came into my awareness just from working with a lot of people, getting a lot of feedback, is a lot of people are still addicted to them being themselves. Like, they want this new reality, they're looking for this new reality, they want something new, but they're still stuck here right now. They want it, but they can't seem to break through the resistance, they can't seem to break through their own internal shit, and it doesn't allow them to take action, right? They don't take action, they sit there and they wish and they hope, and they don't take action on what they want. And why is that? Isn't that like funny that you want something but you don't take action on it? So there's something deeper going on. And it's science, guys. You're addicted to you. You're addicted to being you. Okay, and we've got to change who you are, because if you want to be this person, you've got to change the person that you are now. You've got to literally rewire yourself at a cellular level. Because at the end of the day, your thoughts and your feelings are everything. Because that's what creates new cells in your body. Your thoughts send a signal reaches your genes, right? Okay, release a new protein. That's the building blocks of life. So if you keep repeating the same feelings and thoughts, you're just going to keep building the same shit. You got to release new thoughts, release new feelings, new chemicals, okay? Then rewire yourself, and there's ways to do this. And it's not fucking some woo-woo stuff. It's like just you flow. It's amazing, right? And this has to be put out there, as well as other stuff with regards to actual strategies and stuff like that. And one of the biggest hesitations people have with moving online is they can't see how to structure and deliver the program. So there's going to be an even like more intricate breakdown of doing that in the bootcamp, as well as freeing up time now, because I think that's a big excuse that people have, is they say I don't have enough time. And I just think that's absolute horse. It's just an excuse, and you can free up time now if you just learn to take action and you just want to go there. You can free up time right now to start working on the projects you want. So that could be your online program, that could be actually like your own personal development, that could be having fun, whatever it is, right? So I'm going to be doing this anyway, but I thought I would talk about it up here because I know that there's coaches out there right now that need this. Right? And the only thing, to be honest, I know that a lot of people need this. I know that most people in the world need this, because most people, believe it or not, say they know this shit, but it's not common practice. They don't do it. Even if they know it, and even if they practice it, and even if they teach it, they don't do it. I've heard that so many times, and it's really frustrating. And I want to give you simple stuff to do that's actually going to help you, right? That's going to create long-lasting change. Not just you need to change your sales process, or you need more leads, or you need a marketing funnel, or you need this. That might be true, but it's not absolutely true, because you need more than that. Trust me. Okay, so if this is talking to you, what to do is you can come over to my personal page, search me up on Facebook, you can see the post. In fact, it's on my business page too. I actually put a post up with this big frisky frozen yogurt I had last night. It was amazing, and I posted it under that. I didn't even mean to post it, it just came out when I was posting that frisky. I'm dreaming about that now. I might go get another one today. Post workout. So yeah, guys, if this is speaking to you, go and read that post down on my business page or my personal page, and if it speaks to you, reach out, because I'd love to deliver that to you and love to change your life, because that's exactly what it's going to do. Okay guys, have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Come and join the group, come and read the post. If it speaks to you, reach out and have an awesome day.